In this video, we will see how to enable our Copilot to the authentication where user they have to log in manually into the Copilot. So to do that, currently if you see the in my channel, in my channel only the this Teams is enabled to in embed, because in the setting of my security of my Copilot, the authentication is enabled with Microsoft ID, where I have logged in with my ID. That is why I need this is all this with login. It enables only the Teams authentication and the Power Apps to be enabled. But if you want to if you want to embed your Copilot for the other channels like custom website or mobile apps and those things, that time it requires the different authentication, but it will be with Microsoft ID or some other authentication, manually authentication. We can try the approach. So here we can authenticate manually. So this setup will be applicable to the any other channel. Also, if you do not want your Copilot to be authenticated, then you can use no authentications. It is used when you are not allowing user to log in and access something without any login to be required. Then those kind of scenario, your Copilot will be open and it can be embedded to any channel here. So for this, no authentication is required. But if you want something to be securely accessed and should be user should be properly authenticated, then we have to use this authenticate manually. So in this video, we will select this authenticate manually and we will set up for that. So to do that, this is the site I'm going to refer, where we need to follow these steps to create the app registrations and add the redirect URLs, then create the client ID and secrets, and then set up those things in the Copilot here. So these are steps I will be following to do that. So first of all, so as usually, so I will go to the my app registration in my Azure portal. I'll create the new app registration here. So I'll just rename it as Copilot DNLB app authorization. Okay, and it is single or multi-tenant, you can select and just to register it. Once it is created, then you can see as per in the steps, we have to add the redirect URLs here. So in the redirect URLs, these are the two redirect URLs you can append. So you can go to the authentication and the platform configuration. So you can go to the under manage authentication platform configurations, and we can select the wave here and add the redirect URLs. So it will add the URLs here. You can add the this URL also. It is recommended here. So you can copy this one and paste here. So this two URL has been added. Will provide this access, this two checkbox, access token and ID token, and save. So it has been saved now, updated. So if the next step, if you see here, we have to generate the client ID and secret for the authentication. So we'll go to the under the certificates and secrets. Here we'll create the new secret. Just we can rename this as DNLB something, and expire you can choose like 2 years or 1.5 years or 1 year, something like that. So recommended is 6 months. We'll select that one default and add. So here this certificate will be shown only once. A secret ID of the certificate will be shown only once. So we can copy it and put into the notepad. So this is our secret value and this is our application ID. So application ID will be available in the overview and client ID. We'll copy this to part. Okay, so once it is done, if you see the next step is to enable the manual configurations in our this one. So but before that we need to enable the scope of our API permissions. So for that, this is we have to do in our Azure portal. So here we are having the API permissions. Under the API permission of our app registration, we'll add the permissions here, graph delegated permissions, and we have the open here, right? Open and then profile. We'll select this two, and then there is another one that is user dot read. So this also will select. So these three permission will add here, And if you want some other permissions to be added, we can include. And after adding that, you have to grant the consent on this admin grant. It is done. So it has been configured here. Now we have to expose this as an API. So we'll go to the expose an API, add a scope. You can give, but automatically this URL will be added. You can save and configuration. So this has been created. So who can consent, you can mention admin or user. So this is, we can configure as we want. So it is like user, users, something name you can give here. So this scope has been configured here. So now we need to copy this also. So we'll copy this one and keep it here. Okay. Once it is done, then we have to add this into our Copilot. So we'll go to the Copilot here. So we'll go to the security setting and security of this one. We'll go to authentication, select the manual authentication here. Then this will be checkbox will be by default not enabled. So we have to enable it. So that requires user to sign in there. This will be automatically generated. Then here the provider we can select the Active Directory version 2 here. We'll select it, and here the client ID what we have configured for that app registration, new app registration, we'll select it. We'll add here. Then this secret also, and here the token exchange URL will be if you go to the here this we have a scope we have configured it. We'll select that one and configure here. Okay, we'll select and add here. TNet ID automatically added, and you can see the scope profile and OpenID was already displayed here, so it will come like this. So we can save it. Once you will save the authentication manually, then it is saved. So once you save it, then you can go to the channel, and if you select the demo website, so you can see this share your website URL will be the invite will be created. So we can copy this one, and this also we can include in the in under the authentication, and there is a redirect URL, right? You can add that also here. So we can add it. So now our configuration has been completed. So what we will do, we will test this our uh, Copilot into the demo website. So before that, I will publish the changes what we have done in the Copilot. So I'll apply the publish. This will take some time to publish. The Copilot has been published. Now we can go to demo website. We can click here. It will load the Copilot here, and now you will see in the Copilot here it will ask the login. So we can click on login. It will, if I'm not logged in here, then it will ask me to provide the username and password. Otherwise, if once the login, since I have already logged in with my this ID, so automatically this has given me this code here. So I can copy this code and pass. Then after that, it will authenticate my user, and then the bot will start doing its logic what it has to do from the conversation start. So like this you can configure the Copilot for the manual authentication. Once it is enabled for the manual authentication, you can see the snippet for the extended the custom website will be available, and for the mobile app it will be available, then for other channels it will be available. So you can use it for the other channel wherever you want to embed your Copilot. So I hope you understood how to configure the manual authentication in the Copilot, and thank you for watching this video, guys.